This video is powered by USA Gundam. Visit USAGundamstore.com and enter the code JOEY10 to receive 10% off your next purchase. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and this is just going to be a quick little update for the Wing Zero Verka. I was hoping to be done with the kit by today or tomorrow, not trying to date whenever I record this, but this is Saturday night, but it just isn't happening. Moving forward, all I have left to do is base paint all these little like accessory wing parts and do some panel lining and decals on the wings, and other than that, everything else is ready for 2K. So in this video, what I'm going to do is kind of go over, as you can see here with the head and the shield, I have basically only those two things sub-assembled. These, as you saw in the last video, these are kind of sub-assemblies as well that are going to be 2K'd just how they are. But other than that, everything else is going to be 2K'd as individual parts. But kind of want to go over some of the cooler ones, some of the ones I'm more proud of, and talk about some of the things that I've had to do this week. There's been some parts that I've had to redo and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's kind of go over some things. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over is the head. And I think this is going to be a cool little representation here, because now that you get a close-up of the head before 2K, we'll have a reference of before and after with the 2K. But as you can see, I don't know if it's going to show up in the camera very well, but on the ears you got that two-tone. You got the lighter blue there, darker blue there, if it'll focus. There we go. The eyes are really vibrant green, the same as the cameras there. I like the way that those came out. You got the raspberry red on the chin. You got the little color separation there with the gray on the front, the white in the back. And the little part right underneath the eye is actually gray as well. I don't know how well that shows up. And of course, all the white parts and the yellow orange is coated in that diamond silver. So this thing, whenever 2K goes over, it's going to really come to life, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it. I'm excited to see it myself. So that's a quick look at the head, and it's going to be 2K'd all together. Just figured it would be a lot easier to do the head that way. There's no inner frame for the head for this guy. So, it's just as easy to, take some blue tack, shove up in there on a stick, and 2K the head. The next thing I want to take a look at is the shield. Again, I know we looked at it in the last episode, but now it has all of its little red markings. So it's technically finished now. It just needs top coat. So all those little red marks make a really big difference, I think. And then of course I took liberties with the extra decal from Delpy with this one here. I think that's going to be a nice placement. And, after 2K, it's going to be a lot more mesmerizing looking, but we get a reference of that before and after, of course. Now that we've taken a closer look at, the sub-assembled parts, I kind of wanted to do an exploded view of basically all the parts for this kit. The only parts that you aren't seeing right now is the giant wing parts, which I did get base painted today, so the only thing left to do on those is panel line and decal and doing the pearl effect on those. But as far as the rest of this stuff goes, as you can probably tell, the only thing that is not painted is the wing parts here and the feathers. Everything else that you see is literally ready for 2K. This past week has been mainly working on the white parts. So all of these parts here, I've been masking off and, separating it out between the neutral gray one, which you can see up here, and the white, and doing all of the panel lining and decal work on those. Now, some of the things that I kind of wanted to spotlight and kind of a know-how or heads up for anybody is a couple of things. So the first being on the legs here, these two decals are actually one decal. But if you have built this kit previously, these are the calf, like the calf muscles, I guess you would say, for the leg, and they actually split open and splay out like this whenever you bend the leg a lot, or if you are going into bird mode, I think. But the decal that comes with it, with the original and with the Delpy, it's just one decal. So I ended up having to cut the decal on that to, put it on each individual part so that it will be able to split open later. So just to keep in mind, if you're going to do this kit, be aware of that. The other thing was with the shoulder. Now, this is the smallest section of the shoulder at the very, very bottom. Sorry if the audio got bad there. I got really close to my phone. But as you can see here, I did the bottom in gray, and I did the top in white with the gray lip right there. I had to strip these parts and repaint them after getting all the way to that point because this panel line right here is really shallow. And I ended up having to strip the paint, rescribe that panel line, and then it worked, like a charm. As you can see, panel line's nice and crisp and clean, and that's actually panel line accent that has gone through it. Before, I couldn't get panel line accent to go through it at all, and I even tried like a fine liner pen, and that wouldn't even work. So do yourself a favor, before you paint this, please scribe that line out. It'll make your life so much easier. Another cool thing I wanted to kind of touch on is you can probably see it in these little pieces right here, but some of the white parts, same as I did with some of the red and the blue parts, is I actually masked off and sprayed some Starbright iron on some of those as well to make it look like the inner frame's coming through. And one of the biggest pieces I did that on was the waist. And as you can see here, it gives the illusion of the inner frame popping through the back there. And whenever you do the ab crunch on this kit, it actually exposes this little section up here. So I think it's going to be really cool to have, inner frame looking underneath there. So I'm pretty proud of that. Hair, get out of here. And the masking went well. It's super clean, super nice. I got a little bit of a difference in shade there. There's a little gray and the white. So this part, really, really neat. Another little sub-assembly that I think I'm going to keep kind of barely together is the wrist pieces here. As you can see, they are kind of just barely stuck together, and I'll probably leave it like that. Pinch it on this little part at the top, and then spray it with 2K, and then, take it apart, put it around, all that good stuff. So next, I think I'm just going to do like a pan over everything so you can kind of take a good look at it real quick, and then we'll move on from there. And with that, that's going to be the end of this quick little update video for the Wing Zero Verka. I hope you guys like the progress that I've made so far on it. I hope you like what you see. And I really wanted to get something out there for you guys for next week. Moving forward, like I said, I'm hoping tomorrow to be able to top coat the rest of these parts, and then I'll be able to, for the rest of next week, kind of work on getting everything detailed up and have literally everything ready for 2K. Next week, I will not be able to be painting, so that's the reason why I'm kind of wanting to get that done tomorrow and have everything just ready for 2K for whenever I can get back to painting. It might be a week, might be 2 weeks, I'm not really sure. But nevertheless, as soon as I can get back to it, I will start 2King this guy. It's probably going to take a couple sessions. So, like I said, as soon as I can, I'll get to 2King so that way I can get this thing done and we can have a finale. So, thank you guys for watching. A like and subscribe would be appreciated if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.